10 luxury brands only dumb people buy. Walking into a store today feels like higher prices should mean better quality, and that's exactly how some brands get people to overspend without even realizing it. Everything looks premium and feels expensive, but behind that image, corners are being cut in ways most people never notice, and that's where your money quietly disappears. In today's video, we're breaking down 10 luxury brands you should think twice about before buying. Number 10. Burberry. Burberry built its name on classic trench coats and check patterns, but lately the brand feels stuck between past glory and an identity crisis. They tried pushing into ultra-luxury territory by hiking prices way up, but customers weren't buying it. People who own Burberry pieces complain that items don't hold up like they used to, and when you try reselling, the value drops hard. The brand became too common and lost that special feeling that made it desirable in the first place. Now it sits in this space where it's too expensive for what you get, but not exclusive enough to justify the cost. That same old fashion hits other classic names too, like Salvatore Ferragamo. Number 9. Salvatore Ferragamo. Salvatore Ferragamo has a history in luxury shoes and leather goods, but the brand is struggling to stay relevant in today's market. Customers are reporting serious quality issues that make the high prices hard to swallow. Shoes have rubber soles detaching after minimal wear, handles breaking off bags, and materials failing way too soon. The designs haven't evolved much either, leaving the brand feeling stale and outdated while competitors move forward with fresh ideas. The resale value is weak because nobody's rushing to buy used Ferragamo when it looks basic and outdated. The brand keeps charging premium prices but delivers mid-tier quality that falls apart very quickly. It thrives on old reputation while putting out products that can't justify the price tag. Moving on from that traditional vibe, next up is a brand that focuses on glamour. Number 8. Dolce & Gabbana. Dolce & Gabbana loves bold prints and sexy Italian glamour, but the quality behind all that flash is different. There have been reviews of sunglasses breaking after just a few wears, with pieces literally falling off. Their famous decorated sneakers have the designs peeling and tearing almost immediately, while blouses develop holes in the stitching right away. Leopard print details on jackets come loose and fall off, or the quality feels like street market knockoffs despite paying luxury prices. Even their suits that cost thousands of dollars use cheap fusing instead of proper canvassing that real tailoring demands. The fabric feels thin and don't hold up to regular wear. The brand's aesthetic is very specific and trend-focused, which means pieces can feel dated quickly. Speaking of brands that are trend-focused, Fendi takes things to another level. Number 7. Fendi. Fendi's baguette and logos were hot, but now the brand faces backlash for inconsistent quality, like stitching problems on bags that cost thousands, with threads coming loose earlier than expected. The leather on some pieces doesn't age as beautifully as it should, showing wear patterns that seem premature. Hardware can loosen or tarnish faster than what premium pricing suggests it should. The brand leaned heavily into maximalist logos and trendy styles that feel less relevant as fashion moves toward quieter luxury aesthetics. Resale value on many Fendi pieces dropped significantly because of the designs. It is largely known for its name recognition and logos rather than construction. Heritage brands losing their way has now become a pattern. Take, for example, Alexander McQueen. Number 6. Alexander McQueen. Alexander McQueen shoes look incredible until they start falling apart. The brand goes all in on theatrical drama and runway shock value, but somewhere between the design studio and your closet, things go wrong really fast. Those oversized sneakers people pay serious money for start to develop problems faster than anyone expects from luxury items. Stitching comes loose after minimal wear, and soles separate like they were never properly attached. Hardware breaks during completely normal use, which feels ridiculous at this price point. The sunglasses follow the same pattern, with parts getting loose after being worn just a handful of times. Trying to sort out these issues becomes frustrating when the support feels dismissive about legitimate concerns. McQueen clearly prioritizes making bold artistic statements over building things that survive daily life and regular rotation. The design screams for attention, which works for special moments but becomes impractical when you realize most occasions don't call for that level of intensity. The next brand on the list that has lost its appeal is Kate Spade. Number 5. Kate Spade. Kate Spade tried positioning itself as a fun, accessible luxury, but ended up becoming neither fun nor luxurious. The brand is now sitting in outlet stores and discount retailers, which tells you everything about where it actually stands. Sales dropped dramatically because people figured out they could get better quality secondhand designer bags instead of buying new Kate Spade at full price. The materials feel cheap and don't hold up to regular use despite the boutique price tags. That pebbled leather texture starts looking weird and worn out faster than it should. Resale value tanks immediately because nobody sees Kate Spade as investment worthy anymore. The designs now seem like an outdated millennial aesthetic from over a decade ago. The brand lost whatever charm it once had through overproduction and trying to be everywhere at once. Another brand that promises more than it delivers is Tory Burch. Number 4. Tory Burch. Tory Burch sells preppy-looking bags and flats that seem cute until you actually start using them regularly. The hardware fails way faster than it should, with logos tarnishing and metal pieces breaking completely off. Fabrics peel after minimum wear, making expensive items look shabby within months of purchase. The boots have materials peeling off the bottom after light use, which is embarrassing for the price point. Sunglasses break at the hinges almost immediately, and somehow the replacements have identical problems. The warranty situation is also a problem because they find reasons not to fulfill it even when things clearly broke from poor construction. The brand feels mass market now because it got overproduced and lost any sense of exclusivity. American designers with identity crisis seem to share similar issues. Number 3. Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs keeps shifting between different vibes and aesthetics without ever committing to actual quality construction. A bag costs you several $100s, and 3 months later, the color is rubbing off in patches like cheap paint. The leather shows bald spots at the corners from basic everyday handling. Handles tear away from bags after barely a half a year of normal carrying. The brand collections feel all over the place with no real identity. One season is grunge, next is preppy, then suddenly it's minimalist. This constant identity crisis means nothing is built to last because they're already planning the next reinvention. It has mastered looking good on the rack while being functionally disposable once you actually own it. This is similar to the next brand, Givenchy. Number 2. Givenchy. Givenchy's Shark Lock boots became a talking point across social media when the signature hardware kept detaching from pairs that cost over $1,000. The lock mechanism is supposed to be the defining feature, but it doesn't stay attached reliably. Some pairs have zippers that fail during initial wear, which raises questions about quality control processes. T-shirts at premium prices sometimes arrive with labels poorly secured and visible threading issues throughout. The brand moved heavily into streetwear aesthetics to capture trend-focused shoppers, but this shift came with concerns about whether construction standards kept pace with the new direction. Leather goods have also shown premature aging in some cases, with cracking appearing earlier than expected. The historical prestige attached to the Givenchy name creates certain expectations that current product execution doesn't consistently meet. Even brands known for understated elegance like Bottega Veneta are on the list. Number 1. Bottega Veneta. Bottega Veneta has its entire identity around quiet luxury and that signature intricato weave that whispers wealth instead of screaming it. The classic pieces still hold their reputation, but some of the trendier items that jumped on hype cycles tell a different story. A bag costs several €1,000s, and after wearing it less than 5 times, the leather starts wrinkling and pulling back in ways that shouldn't happen with premium materials. Both the retailer and brand point fingers at each other, calling it normal wear and tear, which feels absurd for something barely used. Even their cashmere develops holes despite minimum handling and careful storage. The disconnect happens when brands chase trends and produce hype pieces quickly rather than maintaining the meticulous standards their reputation was built on. Okay, so which brand on the list surprised you the most? Let us know in the comment section below.